Moving on, Indian pace spearhead Mohammed Shami has become the latest victim of misplaced social media outrage after a photograph with his wife posted on Facebook led to some truly nasty comments. Now, in the photograph, Shami's wife, Haseen Jahan, is seen wearing a sleeveless gown. This apparently was enough a reason for religious fanatics to abuse and troll Shami, asking him to ensure that his wife, a Muslim, wears a hijab. But unlike Facebook users, this time the Twitterati came to Shami's defense on the issue. Mohammad Kaif, a former Indian batsman, slammed those posting offensive comments and tweeted a screenshot of the ridiculous comments below Shami's post, saying the comments are really shameful and hoped that sense prevails. Women's rights activists have slammed the trolls while members of religious groups have offered reasoning for the persecution. Okay, so this is a show where, of course, you can call us in with your views on the subject, but make sure that your television set volumes are muted. They're put down when you call us for better conversation. Farhan is joining us, our first viewer from Mumbai. Farhan, give us your take on the issue.
You know, these are just plain simple NCPs. They are frustrated souls. Maybe for a change, they should wear a hijab and move around in their lives, rather than passing such ridiculous comments. You know, these people with this one nation, one law, right to pray, they are just getting frustrated and depressed that change is going to come. Simple.
We just had, in fact, one of the Islamic, the so-called scholars say, Umar Ilyasi, that libas wahi behtar hai jo badan ko dhake. How do you see that comment? That, you know, the clothes that you should actually be dressed to cover your body.
You should also wear one and move around.
Okay, take your...
I hope he hears me. He should also wear one and roam around.
Thanks, Farhan. Thanks for stating it so categorically. Matthew from Bangalore is now joining us. Matthew, please tell us, how do you view this entire conversation that's happening on social media?
Very good afternoon. There are two aspects into it. First up, an individual has the right to wear what he or she wants, as long as it is not really provocative or revealing. That's an individual's choice. But there is another aspect which has to be also considered. The thing is that, you know, when you are a public figure, a personality, a celebrity, and if you take cricket itself, it's a gentleman's game, that's so-called. So people in general, the common man, looks at these models and celebrities on a high note. In the sense, they feel that, you know, whatever they do will be the best thing and they will not go away from the traditions and customs. So this is a general mindset. So what happens is every action of theirs is watched very carefully by their fans, supporters, etc., etc., etc. So anything which goes against it, you know, it is not digested well by the people. So it is because, you know, they like and they love these people that much more. So considering that, it is always advisable. It is not that, you know, you don't have the choice to wear what you want. It is also advisable that, you know, you also consider that when you are a public figure, whatever is done is also in the public eye. So therefore, it will be...
No, Matthew, so you are saying that, you know, basically people should be more careful if they are a public figure, and this is then perhaps, you know, sort of chain yourselves. We'll leave it there. That's, of course, your personal point of view. Chandrasekhar is joining us from Bhubaneswar. Chandrasekhar, you know, good afternoon, and tell us, how do you look at this entire issue?
मैडम नमस्कार, मैं चंद्रशेखर भुवनेश्वर से बात कर रहा हूँ।
जी बताइए।
और मेरे ख्याल से ये जो सामी साहब हैं और उनके वाइफ हैं, वेरी गुड लुकिंग हैं, और मेरे ख्याल से उनके ड्रेस में कोई खराबी नहीं है, हमारे सोच में खराबी है। तो मेरे ये कहने का मतलब है कि ऐसा कोई नियम लाया जाए भारत में, ये जो रेडिकलिज्म है और जो क्लेरिक है उनको बुक करने के लिए जल्द से जल्द कोई नियम लाया जाए।
Okay, so आप कह रहे हैं कि this is a problem with people's thoughts and mindset. It's not really a problem of how she has dressed. We appreciate you calling us in, Chandrasekhar from Bhubaneswar. Shobit Mittal, my colleague, is there from, of course, with us as well on the broadcast. Shobit, take us through, you know, how the sports fraternity has reacted to this controversy.
Well, first of all, today morning, Mohammed Shami himself tweeted, replying to his trolls. He said that not everyone is successful and only a few people achieve success in life. So, jalte raho, or rather, you know, remain jealous. He also added that these two are my family, they are my life. I know what is right and what is wrong. He concluded by saying, before targeting others, everyone should look inside and judge for themselves how good they are. So Mohammed Shami came out with the perfect response for his trolls himself. He was ably supported by Mohammed Kaif, who came out and said that There are far bigger issues that our country has to deal with. Over time, many sportsmen and celebrities have been targeted by trolls on social media. This is becoming a trend. This is nothing but religious moral policing, or another example of intolerance. And even Sania Mirza, India's tennis queen, was targeted for wearing inappropriate clothing, the same clothing that athletes all over the world wear. So it's just a matter of public opinion. Mohammed Shami himself saying that he knows what is right, what is wrong. He's one of India's topmost pacers at the moment, and rather than discussing his cricketing performances, he is being trolled for an attire that his wife wore. So it's something that everyone needs to come out and support. And let me just say one thing: while he was being targeted on social media, equal number of people have come out and supported Mohammed Shami as well on social media. It has just created a divide, and while he was targeted, he also has a lot of support from Indians.
Yes, that's perhaps one healthy side to it, but Shobit, it's not just really about the Islamic clerics. We have also seen, in India has had its own problems in different regions. In Haryana, it's been a problem for the girl child to, come out and play sports which were otherwise considered male-dominated, in fact, platforms. Let me go into Hatim, who's calling us from Jamnagar. Yes, Mr. Hatim, good afternoon. Please tell us what you think of the way people have reacted to this photograph.
This photograph, yes, बरोबर है.
Mr. Hatim, थोड़ा जोर से आप बात कीजिए. There's a lot of noise behind you.
हाँ, बोलिए.
आप क्या कहना चाहते हैं आप इस मुद्दे पर? Okay, we'll have to disconnect that call because there's a lot of audio issue with it, I'm afraid. But clearly this is an issue, Shobit, as I was mentioning, that it's a societal mindsets too. Anand Krishnan, I believe, is on the phone line from Nagpur. Please go ahead, sir. Tell us what are your thoughts on this issue?
It's actually a lady, a girl, a woman has a right to choose what she needs to wear. It's not the society to decide, as long as one is comfortable and, losing confidence. That picture shows that the family is comfortable and there's nothing harming any religion or any sect or any individual. The people with this pseudo mentality, I think these people need to introspect themselves in front of the mirror and speak to themselves as to what they see themselves. Actually, they view their views in other minds. They need to be more liberal in their thought. And since we talk about India is a progressive country and we are going to see this, we need to change the mindset once and for all.
Okay, thanks for calling in, Anand Krishna from Nagpur. We also have Gagan, who's joining us from Rampur. Gagan, take us through what you think.
What I think is the way he has replied, Mohammed Shami, is the perfect way he has replied. And nobody is talking about his performance, which has improved from past years. He had got more speed in the bowling. Nobody's talking about that. Instead of talking about his performance, people are talking about these nonsense. I don't know what's happening. I think that the democracy is in danger if this is going to happen.
Okay, so in a democracy, you think that there are differing voices and opinions and one has to deal with it. Many thanks there for joining us from Rampur. Paddy is joining us from Hyderabad. Good afternoon, Paddy. We would like to hear your thoughts as well.
My view is that... Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Please go ahead.
My view is that there will be greater love and peace if Muslim women are let out of hijab. There will be greater peace in the society. For long, the Constitution has guaranteed in its preamble itself, there will be equity and liberty for every citizen. It never said that it will be only for Mohammedan men. It said that it will be available for men and women equally. So why Islamic women or Mohammedan women are being forced to act in a particular way due to fatwa and all is a questionable thing.
Well, yeah, of course, those questions can also be raised about some other religion and especially in rural, far-flung areas where we do not see those progressive thoughts. But many thanks for joining us. Anupam Chauhan is also now joining us, another viewer of ours. Thank you for calling in. Please tell us about your views on this.
Ma'am, good afternoon. I'm Anupam Chauhan speaking from Lucknow.
Yes.
And I just want to say that they should learn from defense forces and players. Players and the defense forces, they work for their country. And they're not governed by their religion. They are just termed as Indians. And they perform as Indians and not by virtue of their religion. So I think people should be mature enough to understand this. that these players or these forces people, they are Indians.
Okay.
And working and performing only for India. So let's stop at that. And let at least give these individuals right to take these decisions, what to wear, how to eat food, or where to go.
Right.
Let's not become daddies and parents to them.
Okay, thanks for sharing your, in fact, good thoughts on this. Dr. Pranav is also joining us from, once again, the city of Nawabs in Lucknow. Yes, Dr. Pranav, good afternoon to you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I'm from Jammu.
Okay, our apologies. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, this moral policing, this has to stop. And there needs to be something from the government, and something needs to be done for people who are trolled all the time on Twitter and all that, just because they have a different opinion, just because they are, exercising their free right to wear what they have to wear or eat what they have to eat.
Okay, so you think that there should be some sort of a government intervention, maybe otherwise this is not going to stop. Thanks for calling in. We have our next viewer calling in from Chennai, Mr. Harish. Good afternoon to you, sir. Where do you stand on this debate?
I am sort of a quasi-psychologist, and what I found out was these kind of claims, don't wear this, don't wear that, is done by people who done by men who are well past the sexual prime, who are unable, that's a problem with these guys. But a completely fit guy, a tough guy, who's in his prime, like me, or anybody, any male.
Okay, so you have your own assessment of the problem. Appreciate you calling in, sir. We'll move on to our next caller, that is Saroj from New Delhi. Give us your take.
Yeah, I just want to say that ever since this government has come into power, and unless the people of India don't speak, we are bloody puppets in the hand of this government. They are taking our clothes off and putting different clothes on. God alone knows what this country is coming to, I think we should all put our foot down and just do what exactly we feel, because we are free Indians, right?
Of course, these are not government voices. These are individual citizens taking to Twitter and Facebook. So, but I appreciate you joining us, Saroj from New Delhi. Let's also move now to Mysore. We have our next viewer online, which is Ajay. Yes, Mr. Ajay, please tell us where do you stand on this?
I think it's very shameful that what people are talking about Mohammed Shami. We always say that in rural areas we have such views. I think that rural area views where people talk about women, that views have also come into the cities. I think now first before cleansing our rural views, now we have to start placing these people in Twitter. I think it's very shameful to India what these people are speaking.
Okay, yes, so it's not just about really one group or one sect, but it's a more broad, in fact, mindset issue as well. Many thanks there. Saroj from New Delhi. Vibha is now connected to us from Chennai. Vibha, thanks for joining us on the broadcast.
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. This is Vibha from Chennai, and
Okay, looks like we have lost that line with Vibha from Chennai, who had called in to give her perspective on the subject. But lots of calls coming in. Clearly, a majority of the calls is saying that it's not right the way this moral policing is being done. Ram is joining us now from Guwahati. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell us, what do you make of this? Okay, so there does seem to be an audio glitch or a technical issue there. But remember, Shami posted this picture with his wife and with his child. And since this controversy has erupted on social media, I believe Vibha is back with us on the phone line from Chennai. Please, Vibha, go ahead and complete your thoughts.
Yes, ma'am. I believe we are living in a democratic country like India, and this is the issue with the mindset of people. And we have one constitution, so I think there should be equal rights for women, irrespective of their caste and culture. And this thing should not be tolerated.
Okay, we leave it there. Many thanks for sharing your perspective on the subject, and we thank all the viewers who made that effort of dialing our number and joining us on this broadcast.